Welcome to day 4 of our online learning. Since it's Friday, we're going to be working on division. I know that's everyone's favorite. So do a little dance for division dance, okay? Here we go. So before we start with the actual problems, I want you to write down the steps of division. So they are, remember, dad, mom, sister, brother, Rover, Chester. So if you remember, dad stands for divide, mom is multiply, sister is subtract, brother is bring down, Rover is repeat or remainder, and then Chester is check after Rover turns to remainder. So go ahead and write that down on your page. So go ahead and pause so that you can write this down on the side so you don't forget. All right, so our first problem is going to be 937 divided by 5s. So our 5s, most of us know our 5s, but just in case, I am going to skip count on this side. So if you're stuck and you're getting stuck on your multiplication facts, remember, skip counting on the side is the easiest way to get through division if you don't know your multiplication facts. So go ahead and skip count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So now if I get stuck and I need to find which one gets the closest, I can just count it down like this is 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so go ahead and pause your screen and solve. All right, so now that you're back with me, we're gonna go ahead and solve them together. So my first step of division is divide. So I have to think what times 5 is gonna get me closest to 9. So if I don't remember my 5s, I can go ahead and skip count on the side so I know that it's gonna be 1 because 1 times 5 is 5. I can't do 2 because 2 times 5 is 10 and that's too many and I don't wanna go over, right? So the thing that's gonna get me closest to 9 is times 1, which is the 5. So my 1 goes on top. That's the dad divide step. Now mom multiplies. So 5 times 1, you multiply what you just wrote down times your outside number. 5 times 1 is 5. Now sister is subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. Then I need to bring down. So I bring down the next number, which is 3. So I bring down the 3. So now I have 43. So I need to think what times 5 is going to get me closest to 43 without going over. So if I don't remember my 5s, I can look on the side and I can see that 45 is too much, 40 is less, but it's going to be the closest thing. So what times 5 is 40? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So 8 times 5 is 40. So 8 goes on top. So now I get to multiply. 8 goes on top. 5 times 8 is 40. And that goes back inside the house, right? So now I'm going to subtract 43 minus 40. So 3 minus 0 is 3. 4 minus 4 is 0. Then I'm going to bring down, and I still have that 7 up there, so I can bring down that 7. So I'm going to bring down the 7. So now I have 37. So I need to think about what times 5 is going to get me closest to 37 without going over. So again, if you forgot your multiplication facts, you can look on the side. So I can go and look, 35. That's the closest thing because 40 is over, right? So it's going to be 35, and I know that 5 times 7 is 35. So I'm going to write my 7 on the top, right, for division step. Now mom multiply. 5 times 7 is 35. So now I'm going to subtract 37 minus 35. So 7 minus 5 is 2. Now, I just brought down, so now I'm at the Rover step, which is either repeat or remainder. So here's where you have to decide. Am I going to repeat back up at the top, or am I going to say it's my remainder? So how you know that is there anything else to bring down behind the 7? No. Is 2 smaller than 5? Yes. So the reverse step now becomes remainder. So your remainder is 2. So you should have gotten 187 remainder 2. So to double check our work, remember we're going to use multiplication. So good thing we did multiplication yesterday, so you remember how to do it. So what I do is I take my answer times my outside number, my 5. So I'm going to take 187 times 5. So I know I have to take 5 times 7, which is 35, carry my 3. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3 is 43. Carry my 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. So I got 935, but I started with 937. I can't forget to add in my remainder. So I add in my remainder, and I get 937. And that is the number we started with. So we know we got the answer correct. So good job. So if you got that one right, virtual high five.